the second baseman, Ketel Marte.
The pitch. Foul ball there.
First pitch.
And now the 0-1. Liner caught it. Second. Okay, let's check out the lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Takes it in for the out.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
That one is absolutely belted. And out of here. His 4th home run of the season. And they jump out front. It's 1-0. That's his 3rd straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Under it. And that is that. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 1-0. Down the third baseman, Darnell Sweeney. And he deals. And there's a foul ball. Alcantara, multi-time All-Star. He features a sinker, a changeup, a four-seamer, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Strike 3. Got him looking on the changeup.
Well, I think that was just a case of a hitter quitting on a pitch. He was looking fastball and didn't see it out of the hand and just left the bat on his shoulder. That was a changeup right over the plate. Probably not the location he was looking for, but the change of speeds is what fooled him, and he got the out.
Alcantara, not a big strikeout guy, but still very effective as far as starting pitchers go. One of those guys that involves the defense and really gets them involved in the action. The pitch timer expired before he started his windup, so that's a ball.
That must be incredibly frustrating for the pitcher, but this is all about creating more action and speeding up the game, and it's working.
Hauls it in for the out. Take a look at the lineup. Already trailing by a run in this one. They'll be looking to get on the scoreboard early on as well.
Well, it's just the 1 run, so not too big a hill to climb. But, yeah, if they can answer back in this inning or at least in the next couple, that'll maybe settle everyone into this ball game, and that includes their own starter on the mound.
Strike 1.
He moves the ball around all the quadrants of the strike zone and will add and subtract velocity, and because of that, he gets the weak contact. It's all about missing the barrel of the bat.
2 outs. Fought off foul. It seems like this type of guy is kind of a dying breed nowadays.
Well, exactly. When teams are looking for high velocity, high strikeout rates, a guy like this doesn't necessarily do that. So in order to really appreciate how good he is, you have to see him, because if you're just looking at a stat sheet, you might overlook him.
got him looking, and he didn't like the call. Back here in Detroit, and here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Here's a rocket out to left. Makes the grab on the run. And there's one away. Here's Manny Machado. The sliding play it short. The throw, and that's a great play for the out.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
And they go down fast. 3 outs on 3 pitches. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the second. And now it's going to be number 40. And there's a ball.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy.
Joe McDonald doing the home plate duties here.
Well, Joe's an interesting one. I'm always trying to figure out what exactly his zone is. Feels like he kind of moves around from game to game, sometimes inning to inning.
That's in there. And the count is 3-1. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't think he's ever way off with his balls and strikes, but yeah, I don't think it's easy to define what his zone is, like you said. And now the DH.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Way outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Got a good eye there.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
Home team down a run here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Out towards right center field. Should be extra bases. Coming home. He scores to tie it up. It's 1-1. And he's there at third with a triple. Runner at third, nobody out. Now Trace Thompson, and fouled off. No outs, runner over at third. The 0-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Ground ball, Vlad Jr. And he takes it himself for the out. Here's Evan White. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Tied up here in the early going. Just missed. Righty delivers. Got him swinging. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Chad Wallach now. 1 run batted in yesterday. Their only run of the game. That one finds the corner. And it's 0-1. Two outs and a runner at third. Bottom half of inning number 2. On the ground right side. Base hit and a run in to score.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team to bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Foul ball. Kicks and fires. And a foul ball. Stays alive. Wallach off of first with 2 away. Gets a piece, and stays alive.
Ball one.
In the dirt, but kept close.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now a man into scoring position. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. But back at Comerica Park, and now it's Jose Siri. The wind of the pitch. Just missed.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
And there's one down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Adames goes 6'1", 28 years old, and he's usually a shortstop, but today he's starting in the outfield. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Thompson ranging back, and it's off the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
So the batting order turns over. Here's Ketel Marte. He's 0 for 1. That one down the line. Steps on first for the out.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr. 0 for 1 so far. And a swing and a miss there.
0-1.
And that one fouled off.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Back to right. Grabs it on the run. And that's the third out. Bottom of the inning at the plate. Darnell Sweeney. And the right-hander back to work. Lined, and that's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Lucius Fox. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Fastball for a strike.
No ball, 1 strike.
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Sweeney on at first, nobody out. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Oh, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that run.
Some high cheese for strike 3. So they can't do anything with the leadoff. And we're back. Now it's the right fielder, Juan Soto. The pitch. Lifted in the air, right center field. Chisholm hauls it in, and there's one away. Now it's Jose Ramirez. Flied to right his first time. Foul ball there. Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. Swing and a line drive curling foul down the right side. Got him. And there are 2 outs. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games.
He pulls it down at second, and that bottom of the 4th, and here is number 21. Alcantara back to work.
No,
That misses, and that's ball 1.
You know, this group of hitters showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Way out front for strike 2.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set him up to do more damage later in this game.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Picks up strikeout number 7. Here's the left fielder, Trace Thompson. Tapped in front of the plate. On the run, sent it over to first. In there safely. First baseman Evan White. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. 0-1.
0-1.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Puts it away for the out.
The catcher, number 35.
Here's the catcher, Chad Wallen. Singled and drove in a run his first time through.
Ball, no.
Pitch misses there, and it's 1-0.
No strike.
And a swing and a miss.
Well, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
2 outs. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. That's the 3rd out. Back here in Detroit, new inning getting started, and now it's Manny Machado. And a pitch. And Manny gets a piece.
Well, these players digging into their numbers have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results. Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Next to hit, Yainer Diaz. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Tying run is at first, and we're at the top of the 5th. Next pitch is outside. This is smacked left field line, and a base hit. Machado around second, and the throw's offline, safe at 3rd.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Here's the center fielder, Jose Siri. That one close, ruled the ball. And that is ball one. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Sweeney. Plays the plate, and they cut him down. Two on, one out. Willie Adames stands in. Doubled his first time up. That one misses. Ball one.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Next offering, kicked in the air, right field. Makes the grab, and there's two gone.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at-bat.
So the lineup flips over. An outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. Line drive. Could be extra bases. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score and then tie it. It's 2-2. Throw-in holds that trail runner at third base. They're at the corners with two away. And the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. And that one fouled off. Man, is he fast.
It's so fun to watch.
2 on, 2 outs. Runner on the go again. On the ground to the left. They take the force out. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But the RBI single pushes across a run. 2-2. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now at the plate, Will Myers. The pitch. And that one is in the dirt. Ball one.
Well, these guys.
And Framber Valdez into the game. And he has some nasty breaking stuff. And they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
The 2-1. Swing and a foul straight back. And the pitch. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
He was all over that one. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
1-1.
And that skips in the dirt. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. Kicks and deals. Lifted in the air, right field. Brings it in. The throw in.
Now batting.
And here is Lucius Fox. just missed.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Trying to keep this a 2-2 game. Last half of inning number 5. And that's in the dirt. Swing and a miss.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
At the belt and fires. Ground ball. Could be 2. Off balance speed. There's 1. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
I love this part of the game. Does he really want to try and steal second against this catcher? I know he's fast, but it's pretty risky.
Pitch is in the dirt, and that's ball 1. And that's outside. 2 outs. And that drops in for a strike. The 2-2 on the way. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Safe at first as they can't make the play. And next will be the cleanup hitter. A strikeout and a walk. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
No ball. 1 strike.
2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Tries to get back and save. The 0-1.
Ball.
This one in the dirt.
1 ball.
Nice job behind the plate there. Got him swinging. And that's the inning. Through 5. And welcome back to the ballpark. Start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Juan Soto. Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. Sweeney makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. It's been a fun debut for us to watch. He's been pretty good going deep into this game, and that's always impressive for a guy getting his first start. This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Up against the wall and brings it in.
Man, he hammered that one to center. I thought it was out of here, but Wynn just absolutely killed it.
Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. On the warning track and hauls it in. Home half of the 6th inning coming up. Back at Comerica Park. Well, we go bottom 6. Now it's the DH, number 21. First pitch misses.
Well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
Into left center for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
On the ground to short, could be 2. To second, pulls him off the bag. First and second, no outs. And the batter now, Evan White. Popped in the air, left field, makes the grab. And now, Chad Wallach. Rolled softly, but that goes foul.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Bird.
Ground ball to the right side. And that's just foul. The 0-2. Right through there. Got him. That's the second out.
No, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in place somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
2 on, 2 outs.
1-1.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. That missed by a lot. 2-2. Got him looking. That ends the inning. And we're back. All set for the start of the inning. Now here is Manny Machado. The wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Movement in the bullpen. Vance Worley preparing to come on if needed. Number 30 also throwing. On a line, base hit. A leadoff single, and the go-ahead run is aboard.
Anytime you rip a line.
A new arm into the game, the righty, Vance Worley. On for his major league debut, so we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there are just more people in the stands, and it's a bigger stadium, but the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher, whatever fingers he puts down, that's what you throw, and just let him lead you in this one.
Right field, down the line, and that one slices foul. The pitch. Good eye in that spot.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Up and in. Ball 2.
That's a really good take.
And the righty deals. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Siri in the box now, takes strike 1. With the go-ahead run at first, here the top half of inning number 7. Swing, and he breaks his bat. Off-balance feet, there's 1, and that's all they'll get.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Willie Adames, the next to hit, 1 for 2. Runner takes off. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Siri around third. He scores, and they have the lead. 3-2.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Here's the second baseman, Ketel Marte. 1 for 3. That one clubbed out towards left center. That'll be extra bases. Runner from second crosses the plate. It's 4-2. Caught in a rundown now. And they put the tag on him. That's the third out, inning over. A couple of runs in the inning puts them ahead. Set for the last half of the 7th. Here's the third baseman, Darnell Sweeney. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Strike 2.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
here it comes. On the ground to third. Throws to first. One up, one down. Lucius Fox getting ready to hit. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Base is empty, one away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. On the ground, out to short. On to first. And that quickly, 2 away. And now the center fielder, Jazz Chisholm Jr. That one catches the zone, and that is strike 1. And this is inside. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. On the ground to third. Fires over to Guerrero. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Back here in Detroit, we're at the top of the 8th. Down the number 2 hitter, Fernando Tatis Jr. The wind of the pitch. And first offering is fouled off. He swings and fouls one off. Right-handed reliever. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And the leadoff man aboard.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Runner on the go. Lifted in the air down the left side. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. The pitch. Runner goes again. Swing and a miss. Safe at second, and that was not close. Tatis at second with nobody out. Ripped into right center, and that should be extra bases. Around third, he'll score, and they take a 3-run lead. Soto around second, heads for third. He's in there.
Well, it was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get in the scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
Joyce comes on now.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's Jose Ramirez. This one in the air, right field. Myers makes the catch. Runner tags from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. And they lead by 4. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. That one ripped. And that should be extra bases. And that's going to roll to the wall. He's in at second with a 1-out double.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off his bat. Kind of put it all together there, and he's rewarded with the double.
Here's Machado. Into center. Gliding in towards the infield. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's 2 down. Next to hit, Yainer Diaz. Ball 1, no strikes. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Number 19 appears to be getting loose. Peterson also getting ready. In the air, right field. Myers on the move and makes the grab. And that is that. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the second baseman, number 40. Here comes a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. And the pitch.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
The 0-2. High in the air, out to right. Soto gets under it. He's there. He's got it. And a quick out, number 1.
The batter.
Next is the designated hitter. In the air, left field. Adames under it. Makes the catch for the out. Trace Thompson will hit next. Right side, hard hit. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back at Comerica Park, leading off, Jose Siri. And the right-hander back to work. Ripped to short. And the leadoff man retired here in the ninth.
Now batting. The left fielder.
Now the left fielder, Willie Adames. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Ripped, but it curls foul. Joyce, 23 years old, and he was a third-round pick in 2022. That misses, and it's 1-1. There's a swing and a drive. To the warning track, makes the catch.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
Back to the top of the lineup, and now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Ketel Marte. In the air, out towards right center. Sizes this one up. He's got it, and that is out number 3. Nothing doing for the offense. That's bottom of the 9th. And here's the first baseman, Evan White. As the lefty gets to work. Wouldn't chase that time. The 1-1. Now a screamer into the outfield. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down.
Everything came together for him. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Nice job of driving that pitch.
On the mound now, Luis Gil.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Warren Burner into the outfield for a knock. Coming home. He scores. It's 6-3, and that's a double.
Comes through with the RBI. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here.
That one lifted to left. On the move to the gap. Drops into the glove. Runner tags for home. A big run scores on the sac fly. It's 6-4.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
He's 2 outs away. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Lucius Fox. In there, and it's 0-1.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way.
And it drops in. Here comes Myers. He'll score easily. And now they trail by 1.
Picks himself up an RBI. Kind of your classic jam shot blooper right there. Made a good pitch on the inside. Gotten to hit it off the handle, but he still muscled it out there. You just have to tip your cap on the mound.
Chisholm in the box now. Takes strike one. And now it's even up.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. He fouls it off. We'll do it again. A 1-run lead here in the last half of inning number 9. To the right side, and that chance handled. Only play is at first on the throw from shallow right. What a play.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Fought off foul. Tapped softly on the ground. Down the line, and it's foul. Heel is just 1 strike away. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. And this one is over with the tying run stranded just 90 feet away.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
They want to know what a jump shot